Welcome into Fishbowl Sports, everybody. My name is Chief, your charming host. And joining me today is Bear. We're going to be talking about this what if that we got going on here. As we've been doing all summer long, we've been talking about a lot of what ifs here. So, Bear brought this one up. And what if Tony Robichaux would have taken over for Smoke Laval at the end of the 2006 season? So, Bear, take it away, buddy. What you thought would have happened with that?
Well, it's interesting because I mean he had made a couple college World Series appearances, was about 5 outs away from playing LSU in the national championship in 2001, and had LSU obviously had a few good years under Smoke Laval, and towards the end, kind of, they had some seasons where they were right above 500. They didn't pitch well. They didn't hit well, and so Smoke Laval conveniently retired, I guess, to save his dignity. What little was left, being that he was handpicked by Skip Bertman, who was the athletic director, to replace him as the baseball coach. Um, it's interesting because with I guess you could say, mild success that Coach Robichaux had at UL Lafayette at the time, um, wasn't even considered to be a candidate on the list of names that was up for consideration for the LSU job. So I don't know. I mean, to me, with the style of game that Coach Robichaux played, and with his knack for recruiting, finding, as you mentioned last night or the one another night, diamonds in the rough. These players that were overlooked, and just recruiting them and bringing out the best in them. With the brand recognition that LSU has or had at the time, and with the style of game that Coach Robichaux played, I mean, there was no doubt that he could have won at least two national championships at LSU. Paul Maneri kind of got away from what made LSU. The gorilla ball era. 180 home runs in a season and everything else. That feat has still never been touched. But Maneri kind of, I don't know. He at times he seemed to let the game get the best of him. But overall had a good tenure at LSU. It's just one of those things that, with the brand of game that Coach Robichaux had at UL and how those teams played, it would have been interesting dynamic. I mean, I personally think he would have won at least two national titles, but that's just me.
Hmm. So I want to reiterate this. I know we talked about it before. There was no like official like searchlight naming him as like one of the candidates to be replaced there. And this is kind of what this show is about. It's to throw out like random like what if scenarios. Like, hey, Robo look what he did at Louisiana. That was kind of one of the things. And he was just a really not only a great coach but a great person. He had a lot of like no drama with him really too much as far as like the only thing that I could think of that caused a lot of attention wasn't really a negative thing. He called out Daddy Ball, the travel ball teams, during one of his pressers. I forget, like, yeah,
Oh my
there's,
gosh, yes.
yeah, that he did do that. That was, I wouldn't even say it was controversy because he was correct in my opinion, but, not to hate on travel ball teams, but you know, I, it's better for it is legitimately scientifically proven that it's better for kids to play multiple sports than to stick to one sport because their longevity of their sports careers. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Anyway,
Well, not only that, it's the travel ball deal. Like, these kids are practically playing ball, 300 280 days out of the year. Like that's not good for the longevity of their bodies as well.
Yeah.
But that's another
So
discussion for the day.
yeah. So anyway, back to the hypothetical Coach Robe to LSU connection there. I don't think, he never, I don't think even if they offered him money, I don't think he would have took it. I think he liked being around Lafayette. I think that's just kind of person he was. Wasn't really drawing too much to money and stuff. But so hypothetically, let's say if he does go to Baton Rouge because he feels like he can make a difference over there. I do agree with you, Bear, that I think he would have won two national championships because I've mentioned this, was it last week or the week before that or something, that Robe was very good at finding diamonds in the rough, good at finding these JUCO college players, which I love Matt Dex to death, but I don't think he does the junior college path enough. That's my only gripe about Dex right now. But with Tony, he went to LSU. He grabbed a couple of those guys, national, junior college, national champions right there in Eunice. LSU right there. You had a couple of players from LSU go play for UL and be pretty good ball players. That 2014 Raging Cajun team, would they have even
Yeah.
went to UL, right? Would they have went to LSU instead? And with the, higher level equipment that they would have received over there, would they went over there and developed even more as players? Um, so hypothetical stuff. I don't know the answer to all that stuff, but thinking about it from that perspective here, and Robe was a pitcher's coach. Pitchers loved him. Like Gunnar Leje was a great pitcher for UL. A lot of great pitchers that pitched for him.
LSU had a
Obviously
lot of great pitchers during that
Austin
time
Ro-
too.
Austin, Austin
Yeah.
Robichaux, his son, great pitcher for UL as well. Uh, man, like you start thinking like Blake Trahan over there at short. Um,
Hey, Kinder Jacket, Kinder Yellow Jacket, Blake
yeah,
Trahan.
Trahan. I know somebody called Trahan. Yeah, like Trahan.
He
Uh,
actually does a baseball academy now, like a hitting pitching academy now in Lake Charles.
you know, he was very good for the Cajuns and stuff. So it's kind of wonder if they would actually went to UL in 2014. How that would have affected UL for those next three seasons in 2014, 2015, 2016, when they made to the Super Regionals three consecutive years. Well, not three consecutive years. I think 2016 they lost in the regional final to Arizona, who was Jay Johnson was the head coach at
Yeah,
that time, who
lost to
lost to
Coastal in the
Coastal the national championship
championship.
game, which
Then
Coastal beat
Coastal
LSU.
showed up to
And
Baton Rouge and beat
yeah,
the brakes off of LSU. I remember that.
it's funny how all that stuff works, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you this:
Um,
that 2012 team with Stone when they lost to Stony Brook in the regionals, like if Maneri lost that series, he went small ball and they just they put pressure on us on the base paths and it cost us the series. But if you give
27.
Coach Ro- yeah, go
Now,
ahead.
Tony died in 2019. So,
Hmm.
um, I don't know who would have replaced him or anything at that point. Do you even get Jay Johnson at that point? It's right before COVID. Like, because Tony passed in the summer of 2019. And I'm trying to remember, like, if who would have, like, went. Well, regardless, LSU went to the World Series in 2017 when they played
Hmm.
Florida and lost that national championship series. Um, they went in 2013, I think. Was there one in between there, Bear, between 13 or 2015 or I think
Nah,
2013. I remember Blake Dean being on the team.
yeah, to be because 2012 they had the 52 or 53 win season and they didn't make it out into super
I
regionals
think
that year. They
2013 they made it. I think Blake Dean was on that
that was
team.
that
I
was
think they
so
went
disappointing.
I think they went like 0-2 and bounced Omaha real quick. They didn't make a deep run in Omaha, but they made it to Omaha. So
Yeah, they
what
lost to North Carolina one time, and then I forgot who the other loss was.
I think
They went
Tony
0.
probably would have took. I don't think he would have won one in '09. I think it would have took him a little bit longer. But would my question is, would LSU fans have been patient enough with him?
Oh, absolutely. You give him that 53 win team that Maneri had, and that's a national championship team all day long under Coach Robichaux with the way that he played.
You think he would have won one in '09 with that team?
Oh, absolutely. Well, possibly. If he had that exact team in place with Anthony Renato, Lewis Coleman, those guys, yeah, he would have definitely won. And then again in 2012 with that same exact team. But granted, he I'd like it as good of a job as he did at UL with recruiting and finding the diamonds in the rough. You give him what LSU has, and you go recruit national. There's no doubt you look at least two national championships.
So you're thinking 2012 you would have won his first.
Yes.
So you're thinking in 2017 you'd have won his second. You think you'd have got over Florida?
Oh yeah, 100%. Maneri blew that series too.
Minary blowing all the series in Omaha.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
He just had a
it's
habit of leaving guys in too long. When they started struggling on the mound just to try to get out of the inning, like he left guys in too long, and then they just self destructed.
it's like so. What's the max you think Tony would have won? Like you think that ceiling at LSU would he have?
I think the ceiling would have been three. The floor would have been one because
Okay,
the LSU had too good of pitching staffs to not win more than that one national championship. Like you give Tony Robichaux that those pitching staffs that LSU had, the Kevin Gossmans, the Alex Lanes, the Aaron Nolas, the you know man, and he was good at developing pitchers. Like you give him those kinds of pitching staffs, and you're looking at least at a minimum of a floor of one and a ceiling of three, because those pitching staffs were way too good to not win, but just one title in '09.
I think Tony would have got. I think I do agree with you. I think he would have got one at least.
Oh, at least
Probably,
one,
probably, yeah,
definitely two.
probably two. Two is what I'm setting on because I don't three. I'm thinking he would have. I think he if the rosters would have stayed the same. But you also got to think about the 2014 team when LSU. I mean, when UL was number one. If those guys would have followed him to uh, LSU, he would have been like, man, that 2012 team would have been loaded.
Oh,
Like
dude, that thing stacked. That
it
that
was
team
already
already had
stacked.
Mason Cat,
You,
Ray Grimes already on that team.
you would have had some
Oh man,
studs. That'd have been a
like
super team. Just thinking
you'd
about it, that would have
you'd
been a
have
super team.
you'd have had the problem of too many bats and not enough positions to play them in.
Shoot, the transfer portal would have tore that team apart.
Oh God, yes. But
You would have never seen a baseball team like that ever
but
again.
just the style of game that Coach Robichaux played, that Coach Robes played, like benefited LSU better than Paul Maneri's style. This LSU had guys that were small, the outfielders that were smaller and faster, but you had some thumpers in the infield that could really had some pop in their bat. Like they weren't built to play small ball; they were built to go out and slug.
It's the gorilla ball for you.
And that wasn't Maneri's style of game. He just wanted to play small ball all the time.
So
And it
let's say, bro. Now we need to talk about this though too. Tony goes to LSU. Who does UL hire to replace him? Right. This is around 2006. I mean, not 2006. Yeah, it's around 2007 because I've been Minari's first season.
hmm
Um,
you tell me.
Well,
who you would have hired or could have hired.
that's kind of a tough one because I'm thinking in '07 if I'm about to think about this one because you kind of caught me on the spot there. Like, who you I would have hired? Because Dex didn't come on till 2014. Uh, so I'm gonna look at the baseball staff to make sure I'm not missing anybody. I have a couple of guys in my head here, but I want to make sure I
Now,
get
wasn't
this
Dave
right.
staff
Let's
back
see.
then, or he wasn't around then? I'm not really sure.
Oh, it probably would have been Babineau. I was thinking Babineau, Anthony Babineau. He was an assistant coach. Yeah, he was on the staff for a long time. He handled
Yeah.
development, operational duties, and he was one of Robe's core guys on that team. Let's see. John Shevik. He served from 2003 to 2008, focused on recruiting, coaching the hitter. So he didn't last that long, but yeah, it would probably have been yeah. And he's still on the Raging Cajun staff today. I think Babineau probably would have ended. They probably would have went to him, knowing how I mean UL does internal hires for head coaches recently. I don't know back then. This is before Scott Farmer was AD, I believe. When was
I
Farmer
mean,
AD?
Robichaux came from McGee, so he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't a UL promoted from
No,
within
he
hire.
wasn't. He was from outside. So it's tough to say. I think they would probably give it to Babineau. Now, does that change the direction of the Cajuns? I think they still would have been a regional team um in 2014 and 2015 and 2016. I just don't know if they would have kept going up to them supers in 2014 or having that run there like they did in 2014. It's fun to think about though. I think Babineau would have been probably their choice though. I can't think of anybody else that would have. That is a very good like hypothetical though. Um, that one got me kind of stumped a little bit there. I'm like, dang, who they would have
Put me
hired?
on
You
the
know?
spot last night. You put me on the spot last night.
Oh,
It's
I
my
did,
turn to
I
get.
did, I did. When we did all this stuff, because everybody's on vacation and stuff like that. So, that's why we're recording them and stuff. But like, it's like, man, like. It's crazy. Like I think, yeah, you got me tonight. You kind of, yeah, you got me on. Yeah, I'm kind of like caught off guard a little bit here, but I do think that they probably would have turned to
Uh,
Babineau. That's who I think they probably would
you
have
got,
went with.
but on the flip side of that issue is, if Tony Robichaux, if Coach Robes goes to LSU, does Turtle Thomas stay as a pitching coach in Maneri's first couple years, and then who was the guy after him? Oh, I can't think of his name. Golly, I want to say it was.
It all depends on like your assistants too. Like, do these guys
Yeah,
stay? Does like hypothetically, like I say, Babineau might take the job. He might have went to LSU with Robe.
Alan something. I can't think of
He
his
might he might
name.
have
What
done
was
that
his
too.
name?
So I don't really like. It's a lot of hypothetical stuff, and that's kind of like why this stuff's kind of hard. 'Cause you're trying to think
Well,
like, okay,
I don't, okay. I really don't think it would have mattered though, because Coach Rhodes was a pretty hands on guy. So I don't think it really would have mattered who the pitching coach was. I mean, yes, it does matter, but at the same time, being hands on, like he was going to make sure that he got the most and the best out of his pitchers that he could get. He was basically a pitching coach that was a head coach.
yeah, he
His
definitely got the
guys were
best out of
always
his
ready to
guys.
play. I mean, you take what he did at UL and put that at LSU, they no doubt win two national championships because I mean 2014 Ole Miss, UL went toe to toe and had a chance to beat Ole Miss to go to College World Series.
I still
So
think
I
they should
mean
have won that thing, but
they they had already proved, and in the 2001 World Series, they proved that they could go toe to toe with the best, and
the 2000 it was 2000.
Oh, 2000. Well, it was 2001 national championship, but 2000, I don't know, or 2000, I don't know.
It was 2000 because baseball doesn't
2000.
go
You're
for.
right.
This is,
You're right.
we
2000. My
almost
bad.
had an LA,
Well,
we
they
almost had
proved
an
in
LSU UL national
2000.
championship.
Yes, they proved that they could go toe to toe. I mean, those teams in Omaha were there for a reason. They were the eight best teams in the country. And I mean, but you give take what he did at UL and translate that to LSU. That I mean, that's two national championships, easy. With those teams that LSU had, that's two national championships.
Yeah, yeah, it would have been. It's was interesting to see. You know, oh yeah, on that 2017 Justin Robichaux. Yep, another one of Tony's, the older brother of Austin Robichaux. That was in that '07 roster. I was just looking through it, man. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Can't believe 2007's been almost 20 years ago.
20 years ago, dude, it's crazy.
And yeah, that's why this memory stuff gets fuzzy with me sometimes. Like, yeah, like
But
basically
yeah,
around 20, like almost, it's probably almost close to the date that smoked the vow. Like, I think he resigned. I don't think he retired. I think he resigned from his position.
well, according to my sources I read, he retired, but I don't. He was forced to retire to save his dignity.
Either way, he left, right? So, um, Tony was Sun Belt Coach of the Year 4 times in '97, 2005, I think '07, and probably 2014. I'll have to go look that up.
They for sure LSU for sure would have won multiple SEC titles, regular season and tournament titles with him there, with Coach Robes there because
So when he was living, he was the eighth winningest active head coach in NCAA history
nice.
with 1,177 wins. He
See,
coached
perfect
20.
fit.
So yeah, he coached 29 All-Americans, five academic All-Americans, 90 all Sun Belt performers, and all 55 all Louisiana players. Coached six Sun Belt Pitchers of the Year, two Sun Belt Players of the Year, two Sun Belt Newcomers of the Year, three Sun Belt Freshmen of the Year.
See that's a perfect resume to take over the LSU job. That was when LSU was going through their down years.
Not only is he the winningest head coach in Louisiana Raging Cajun baseball history with 914 wins, he's the all-time winningest head coach in McNeese baseball history as well with
Yeah,
263.
still holds that record.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't think he would have got to Skip's level because that's a very
No,
tall order to
no.
do.
Yes, it's a very
But
tall order, but
yeah, like that. Yeah, I think Tony would have ended up with two, at least two. I think three would have been like the ceiling. I don't think he would have got to four.
no.
I think he would have
Three,
got
three.
two. I think he would have got two though. I think we're in agreement with two because I see him winning more than one. I just don't see him winning more than two because it'd have been the only other team I could think of that LSU that he would have won a fourth title with. You would say obviously '09 would be the three that would be there would be '09, 12, and 17. Those are the obvious ones. Maybe 2015, maybe.
Possibly. That team wasn't as talented as some of those other ones, but it was
But
still a good team.
with Tony gets the best out of him. They're
Oh
trying to find
yeah,
a
he would have found.
fourth.
He always got the best out of his guys.
16. I don't think he would have been able to push them high enough in 16.
No,
18 and 19.
they
I don't think that would have happened either. Um, maybe I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe
I think
2011. I don't think 2011 though.
whichever team had that 52 win season and then didn't even make it to Omaha, like that was a disappointment.
Yeah.
Or they went 0-2 in Omaha. There were several years they went to Omaha and went 0-2.
So they went to the World Series in 2013. Like so during this time frame, 08, I forget about the 08 team, but they went on that ridiculously long winning streak.
Yeah, the 23 game winning streak,
Yeah,
gold jersey.
2008, 2009, 2013, 2015, 2017. That have been the years. Um,
17 they lost in the finals to
yeah,
Florida. That was
that's
the
the
Alex Lang versus Brady what's his face duel. The 100-mile-an-hour left-handed pitcher.
so it's 2010 team I'm thinking about, not 2011. So the NCAA tournament appearances. Under this is the Maneri era, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019. Because we're gonna stop there because of Tony passing
COVID
away. So
19.
and then 2020 never happened. So um, but all those
Cool.
years, I think I think Tony gets it done in I think a national champ like the ceiling is '09, probably 20 that let's see what that 20 you might be thinking about the 2013. No wait, why did I don't bring up the 2013 Tigers? Let's see. Do that by year by year. There they go. Let us scroll down, it's a long time. Okay, there it is. 57-11. That's the one you're thinking of there. 2013 team.
Yes, that should have been a national championship.
Yeah,
Manera.
that's the Blake Dean team I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dean played first base, if I remember right. Alex Bregman
Uh,
was a freshman that year. Aaron Nolan.
yeah, he was first baseman and DH, I think. Aaron Nola, yeah, he was one. He was the ace, or eventually the ace. So I'm saying that 2013 team, dude, the 57 wins, and you went 0-2 in Omaha. Like you put Coach Robes in there, dude. That's a national.
Oh,
The
that
way
might
his style of game, that's a national championship right there.
maybe
That
I'm
team was
thinking
built to play Coach Robichaux ball.
2012, they had 47 wins that year. They won the SEC.
That team too was built to play Coach Robichaux's style of ball.
So that's the one I was when I said 2011 meant 2012. But
They were gritty. They played gritty. They played tough, and they always came through with clutch hits. That's exactly what LSU needed with Coach Robichaux. They couldn't get it with Maneri because Maneri
Austin
always
no
found some way to
Austin
screw it up.
Nola.
Shortstop.
Yeah. And then yeah, Aaron
Oh,
there too. Yeah, so it's kind of funny how that's all kind of like crazy there. 2015, they had the 54 win season there too. Tony might have got the four, but I feel like you're gonna lose one at some point there.
I feel comfortable with two, giving him
I think,
two.
yeah, I feel like two's like kind of there. I'm still trying to figure out where that's the Bregman. Bregman was there still. Yeah, so I think Tony would have won two. You think Tony would have won two as well, Bear. So yeah, we'll see what happens with all that there. Well, we won't be able to see it because it's a what if situation. But it's
But
always
man, he
fun to
rested.
wonder what if would have been, right? So thank you for tuning in to this hypothetical situation. If you think anything else would have happened, with how Tony would have done at LSU, leave it in the comments below here on this video here and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. Like us follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all those other good social media platforms, and follow us on X as well. Thank you for tuning in here to this episode here of Fishbowl Sports. Have a good night, Fishbowl Nation.
Good night.